What's up guys, my name is Sam, you know me as the Mighty Samanan. Welcome to episode number 2 of my Trading Principles series. This episode is going to be talking all about the bronze market, nothing more, nothing less. So first of all I'm going to talk about the principle behind trading with bronzes, and then in the second half of the video I'm going to do a little flex FIFA style profit session. I'm not going to go through individual players because I'm just going to show you my full trade pile of 30 players and then what they all sold for, and do a little calculation at the end to show you guys that it is so simple to do this. So the first thing that I'm going to do is talk about formation. So formation is absolutely vital. I trade only in 4-1-2-1-2, occasionally 4-4-2, and very, very rarely 4-3-3. And the reason for that is because those cards are so expensive that relative to the cost of a bronze player, people do not want to ever be changing their formation. So if you can get a player who's worth maybe around 600 coins, but he's in a 4-1-2-1-2, people might pay 2k over the odds instead of the 6k for the formation card. So you're making a huge step up from what you normally would. So formation is literally so important. I always go for shiny cards, that's a given. And you'll notice that every card that I trade in pretty much is shiny. And the reason for that is because non-shiny cards just don't get a look at bronze level at all. So the next thing that is really important is nation. Now nation is really funny in bronzes, more so than any other kind of card, because the thing about nation is people make nation teams over league teams for bronzes because it's much easier to find 11 French players who are all good than 11 League 2 players who are all good. People like to mix and match their leagues because the best of the nations for bronze tend to shift around nations quite a lot, it seems. So the really popular nations, England is an absolute must buy. If you see a decent English shiny bronze player in a 4-1-2-1-2, absolutely snap him up for 150 coins. Spain is another good one. France, again, really good to trade with. Italy and Germany and the Netherlands are all good as well, and there will be a list on the background of this video. Italy, Germany and the Netherlands, I kind of leave those till last because they tend to sell the slowest, but they do sell. And then also the United States is kind of okay, but I avoid that as much as I can. Ones to really avoid are Poland. Poland has amazing players, but they just do not sell for high prices. Belgium, not very good to trade in either. Norway and Scotland. Scotland is an easy trap to fall into. You would think a lot of people would want to build Scottish teams, but it turns out that, again, those cards don't sell for much profit. And then the Republic of Ireland. Now, there's a couple of players. I mean, Danny Kearns, the right mid who plays in the Championship for Peterborough. Really recommend trading with him, actually. You'll see him going for 200 coins by now in a 4-1-2-1-2 consistently, and I can sell him for 1,000 coins, and you'll see later on in the video I actually do sell him for 1,000 coins. So he's excellent to trade with. And then the final point, and I'm going to get a little bit of hatred for this, but look at the pace of the card. If that card is not over 70 pace, unless it's a centre back, you do not want to be messing with that card. Because trust me guys, people do not want to buy slow players. It's at the point now in Ultimate Team where everyone's got coins and people are just looking for a very quick bronze team to play with. Maybe to rest a few of their gold players, maybe just to, try something different. It's at that point now where people are doing crazy stuff to make this game more interesting. So the final thing that I actually wanted to talk about before I move on to how I search my, before I move on to my profit session, is how I actually search for my deals. Now, I would put up a background of this, but it is literally as easy as searching bronze 4-1-2-1-2, maximum bid price 150, go. That's it. So I'll put a little method of that, I guess, on the background as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to stop commentating. I'm going to render this little bit of footage out, and then I'm going to move on to the deals once they have all finished. Okay guys, so here I am listing up all the players that I bought for 150 coins. I'm listing them for the cheapest on the market, and this is a really good tip actually. Make sure you check the average price on the market, not through Ultimate DB. If you're not familiar with that, it's a website which tells you the average price, but the price in their formation, because you are picking up the more expensive formations here in 4-1-2-1-2 and 4-4-2. And literally every single player here cost me only 150 coins. And the way that I go about it, in case you guys are interested in my method of picking up these cards, is just before I go to bed, I will waste all 25 of my bid tokens on just bidding on 25 players every night. On my main account, I used to have about 300 or so bronzes stockpiled on my trade pile ready to sell, with about 600k in the bank, so it was going well. I didn't just trade with bronzes at that point in time, which is why I had so many piled up. But You'll see we're coming to the end of these deals now, so what I'm going to do is cut off my voice recording as soon as this finishes, and then we'll go into what they all sold for now. Okay guys, so as you can see now I'm showing you what all the players have sold for. They all did sell. The biggest profit we got was on that Alberto that you just saw, the Spanish goalkeeper. He sold for 1,500 coins, and apart from that there are a few 1,000s, a few 750s. The lowest sell price that we actually had was 250 coins, and there is absolutely no complaint in making 250 coins on a player. I'm never going to complain about any profit, but you know, 100 coins here and there really does help. If you do 10 of those in a day, that is 1,000 coins. And I know that a lot of people sit around 10 to 15,000 coins, so if you can make 1,000 coins a day in a week, that's going to nearly, it's going to add 150% to your total if you're on 14,000. So there you can see Danny Kearns just popped up on my screen. 1,000 coins for him. His buy now price was 200. Now normally I'm going to wear you away from players who've got a buy now of 200 on, but Danny Kearns is a player I know I can sell all the time for 1,000 coins. So a lot of this is knowing your market, knowing who sells and who doesn't. But in general, try to avoid players with any buy now on below 500, because they aren't going to sell for more than 500 in general. So that's the last of the players, guys, so I will see you in the final part. So guys, as you can see, our total spend on the trade pile was 4,500 coins. The total income was 18,500. You've got to take off 5% of that 18,500 for EA tax, leaving us with 17,100, leaving us a total profit of 12,600 coins for literally just placing bids on about 50 players, winning 30 of them, and sticking them up on my trade pile for the cheapest on the market. It is literally that simple. It is the simplest method of making coins I can find anywhere, because it takes no effort. All you have to do is be able to think for yourself, will this player sell? And a good way of indicating that is, would I buy this player for my team? If the answer is yes, then there you go, he will sell because you would buy him yourself. So that's going to be the end of this episode, guys. I really do hope you enjoyed and found this helpful. If you did, don't hesitate to leave a like. Also leave a comment below telling me if you had any success with this method. You can literally do this with 150 coins to start you off. I suggest going in with around 5k, as that means you can fill up your trade pile overnight, and in the morning you can sell them throughout the day, and hopefully by the end of the day everyone will have sold. So overnight again you can take another 4,500 out of your chunk, and eventually it'll just build up over 10 days into 100k if you do it the same way that I did and find similar profits that I did. So that's going to be all for this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. My name is The Mighty Salmon, and goodbye.